Okay, beautiful hadith, which is a very jami, a comprehensive hadith. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله ورسوله ولا تولوا عنه وأنتم تسمعون. O you who believe, أطيعوا الله, obey Allah Ta'ala, ورسوله, and obey the Rasul, ولا تولوا عنه, and do not turn away from him, وأنتم تسمعون, right. So the event of the Battle of Badr, which has been described in a somewhat detailed manner in the previous verses, contains many lessons. We've done all the lessons from Badr, right? In hard advice and wisdom, both for those who adhere to Islam and those who stick to disbelief. So there was advice for the believers how they should behave after the Battle of the Badr, and was also advice for the disbelievers, right? These appear intermittently during the course of the relevant narrations and serve as warning signals. So maybe they don't appear at one time, they appear like different in random places. For example, in the previous verses, after having recounted the defeat and disgrace of the disbelievers of Makkah, it was said, ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّمْ شَاقُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. That means why were the kuffar smited like that? That is because they were hostile to Allah and His Messenger. It means that the disbelievers of Makkah were defeated despite their numerical and logistic strength. And the real reason behind was that they had elected to act hostile to Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this there lies a chastening lesson for the people who bypass the most perfect power of the Creator and Master of the heavens and the earth, the power that is visible and the power that is invisible, and who opt for placing their reliance on material strength only, or just choose to cheat their own selves by hoping and praying that the help and support of Allah Ta'ala will be at their side despite all the acts of obedience to Him, right? Or despite all the acts of disobedience, subhanAllah. And who opt for placing their reliance on material strength only, or choose to cheat their own selves by hoping and praying that the help and support of Allah Ta'ala will be by their side despite the acts of disobedience. Allah Ta'ala protect us. In the present verse, the other side of this very problem has been taken up by addressing the Muslims. Stated briefly, the truth of the matter is that the Muslims were blessed with this great victory despite their low numbers and ill-equipped fighting force, only through the help and support of Allah Almighty. And this divine help and support is the outcome of the obedience to Allah. This obedience is what Muslims have been obligated with, and to this they have to adhere. الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله ورسوله. So victory, help, etc. will come when you obey Allah and His Rasul. All those who believe, obey Allah and His Messenger. In the sentence which follows, the same subject has been further emphasized. وَلَا تَوَلَّوْا وَأَنْتُمْ تَسْمَعُونَ. And do not turn away from Him while you are listening. The sense is that once you have listened to the Quran, the true word of Allah Ta'ala, do not go about doing things against the norms of genuine obedience. Listening denotes listening to what is the truth, and it has 4 degrees in terms of effective response. This is interesting. So when we speak about listening, we say listening has 4 responses from the side of the Sharia. What are the 4 responses? The first one is the hearer with ears simply heard some voice, but neither tried to understand it, nor understood it, nor believed in it or relied upon it, nor did he act accordingly, right? Why not you just heard something, you never understood it, you never practiced it, nothing. He heard it through his ears, all right, even understood it, but neither believed it nor acted accordingly. You heard it, you understood it, but you never accept it and you never believe it. Third one, he heard, he understood, even believed and trusted, but did not act accordingly. Right? You understood it even, but you never practiced upon it. Fourth one, he heard, he understood, he believed, he trusted, and acted accordingly as well. May Allah Ta'ala make us from among those people to hear, understand, and then practice. It is obvious that the real purpose of listening is fully realized only through the fourth degree, which is that the station of the perfect believers. As for the earlier three degrees, the act of listening described there is imperfect and incomplete. Right? Earlier in the verse, Allah Ta'ala speak about those people who heard but did not obey. It's obvious that the real purpose of listening is fully realized only through the fourth degree, which is the station of the perfect believers. As for the earlier three degrees, the act of listening described there is imperfect and incomplete, which in a manner of saying could be set aside as just not listening, as really pointed in the verses appearing next. The third degree mentioned above as the ingredients of hearing the truth, understanding it, and believing it, but lacks corresponding deeds. That's also discussed there, right? Here, the real purpose of listening is though not realized as it should be. Yet belief has its own importance and it cannot be rejected as useless. So this degree pertains to studying Muslims. Then there is a second degree where we find only listening and understanding, but no belief and no corresponding deed. This degree is that of the munafiqeen, the hypocrites. For they do listen to the Quran, understand it too, even have faint claim to the desired belief and deed, but the reality is they do not believe and do what is right and due. So they understood, but they never believe. Finally, the first degree is that of the polytheists, and these believers will listen to the message of the truth and the ayat of the Quran with their own ears, but were never motivated enough to understand and think about it. SubhanAllah. In this verse right above, the verse number 20, the address is to the Muslims who have been told that they do listen to the message of truth after all. That is the initial requirement of listening. Understanding and believing is present in the attitudes as it is, but they have to do more than that. They must act. They must do what must be done and do it fully and faithfully. They have been asked not to do anything which would take them away from the path of obedience, so that the real purpose of listening to the word of truth stands fully. So that is the highest degree, is to listen and to obey. Is that clear? Okay, is there another verse there? Okay, let's read the Arabic, inshallah. Where is it? Let me see. Also, there's still 2-3 verses there. Okay, the time is up. I see it's already time up. Okay, so we'll do the English of وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا till the end, inshallah. So this week here is the last week. By the end of the week, we'll be rounding up the sabak. Lessons will be stopping, inshallah. And then next week will be the week for preparation for exams. And then the following week will be the actual exams, inshallah, right? Allah Ta'ala accept, Allah Ta'ala make it as a means of shifa for everyone, inshallah. So by the end of the week, we'll be stopping the sabak. Then you'll have 1 week to prepare, rehearse for the exams. And then the following week will be the exams, inshallah, right? Yes, Ma'ana Nazim. Bas subhanallah bihamdi. وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. We ask Allah Ta'ala for acceptance. We ask Allah Ta'ala for shifa. Bas subhanallah bihamdi.